So, 2020, a new decade, was packed with big space missions completed or started. We have already seen many important launches which are really going to push the boundaries of what has achieved before. So, what we have looked upon to. So, this has become familiar, and I am now going to tell you about important missions and launches done in 2020. So to heads up, this was a very busy year despite pandemic going on. This year we have seen many Mars missions due to the perfect alignment of the Earth and its close neighbor Mars. So this launch window is as good as it gets. An opportunity like this will not happen in more than 15 years. So before I begin, please note that the missions that I have mentioned are not ranked at all. All the missions are important for human and space civilization, and there is no specific ranking of any of the missions. The Emirates Mars mission, the Al Amal. The Emirates Mars mission is the United Emirates Space Agency's uncrewed space exploration mission to Mars. Launched on 19th July, the mission design, development and operations are led by Mohammed bin Rashid Space Center. The spacecraft was developed by MBRSC and the Laboratory for Atmospheric and Space Physics LASFP and the University of Colorado Boulder with support from Arizona State University and the University of California. It was assembled at University of Colorado. So going on the importance of this mission, first of all, this mission is the Arabs' first space mission, and the Emirates Mars mission will focus on the Martian atmosphere and climate. It will study how the lower and upper layers of atmosphere interact with each other. It will search for connections between today's Martian weather and the ancient climate of the red planet. This mission will also study daily and seasonal weather cycles, weather events in the lower atmosphere such as dust storms and the how weather varies in different regions of this planet. The mission is planned to last until 2023 with a possible mission extension allowing to stay until 2025. Chang'e 5 is an outgoing robotic mission of the Chinese Lunar Exploration Program. It was launched on 23rd of November 2020 and landed on Moon on 1st of December 2020 with an expected return to Earth around 16th of December. Chang'e 5 will be China's first sample return mission aiming to return at least 2 kilograms of lunar soil and rock samples back to Earth. Like its predecessor, the spacecraft is named after the Chinese moon goddess Chang'e. This is the lunar sample return mission since Luna 24 in 1976, and making the importance of this mission more that this would be China's first mission, the return mission, and the China would be the third country to return samples from the moon after United States and Soviet Union. It was launched from Wenchang spacecraft launch site. In this year, many space agencies stepped up and contributed in space exploration. But this is not too wrong to say that this year was owned by SpaceX. SpaceX, who vastly designed rockets, own missions, run missions, space missions, and contribute in space exploration, has becoming one of the premium space agencies and one of the most reliant agencies by NASA. And one of those missions completed by SpaceX was Starlink, a satellite internet constellation being constructed by SpaceX, providing satellite internet access. The constellation will consist of thousands of mass-produced small satellites in low Earth orbit, working in combination with ground transceivers. Already 955 satellites have been launched to outer orbit, and Elon wants to internet accessible as possible. SpaceX has planned 12,000 satellites over next decade. Tianwen 1 is an interplanetary mission to Mars by China National Space Administration to send a robotic spacecraft which consists of an orbiter, deployable camera, lander and a rover. The mission was successfully launched from Wenchang spacecraft launch site on 23rd July 2020 with the Long March 5 heavy lift rocket and is currently en route to Mars, having already traveled 29.4 million kilometers as of 9th of October. The Tianwen 1 has so far completed two mid-course orbital correction and performed self-diagnostic on multiple payloads. The spacecraft has begun to conduct scientific operation with Mars Energetic Particle Analyzer. The particle analyzer mounted on the orbiter, which has already transmitted data back to ground control. Its objective are to search for evidence of both current and past life and to access the planet's environment. Tianwen 1 is the Chinese first Mars probe, and the spacecraft helps to study the thickness and sublayer distribution of Martian soil. OSIRIS-REx is a NASA asteroid study and a sample return mission. The mission's primary goal is to obtain sample of at least 60 gram from 101955 Bennu, a carbonaceous near-Earth asteroid, and return the sample to Earth for detailed analysis. Its initial stages of planet formation and the source of organic compound that led to the formation of the life on Earth. OSIRIS-REx was launched on 8th of September 2016, flew past Earth on 22nd September 27, and re-energized with Bennu on 3rd of December 2018. It spent the next several months analyzing the surface to find a suitable site from which to extract a sample. On 20 October 2020, OSIRIS-REx approached the Bennu and successfully collected a sample. Though some of the samples escaped when the flap that should have closed the sampler head was jammed open by larger rock, NASA is confident that they were able to retain between 400 grams and over a kg of sample materials, well in excess of 60 grams. Why Bennu was chosen as a target of study? Because it is a time capsule from the birth of the solar system. Bennu has a very dark surface and classified as B-type asteroid, a subtype of carbonaceous C-type asteroid. Such asteroids are considered primitive, having undergone little geological change from their time of formation. In particular, Bennu was selected because of availability of pristine carbonaceous material, a key element in organic molecule necessary for life as well as representative of matter from before the formation of the Earth. Organic molecules such as amino acids have previously been found in meteoroid and comet samples, indicating that some ingredient necessary for life can be naturally synthesized in outer space. Solar Orbiter is the most complex scientific laboratory ever to have been sent to the Sun. Although our life-giving star has been an objective of scientific interest for centuries, its behavior still presents a puzzle for scientists. Solar Orbiter will take images of the Sun from closer than any spacecraft before and for the first time look at its uncharted polar regions. By combining the observation from the Solar Orbiter's 6 remote sensing instruments and 4 sets of C2 instruments, scientists hope to find answers to some profound questions. What drives the Sun's 11-year cycle of rising and subsiding magnetic activity? What heats up the upper layer of its atmosphere, the corona, to the millions of degrees Celsius? What drives the generation of the solar wind? What accelerates the solar wind to speeds of hundreds of kilometers per second? And how does it all affect our planet? Speaking about the mission highlights, it has already sent many images of the sun and it will send the closest images of the sun, the first ever close-up image of the sun's polar region, measuring the composition of the solar wind and linking it to area of origin on the sun's surface. The spacecraft makes close approach to the Sun every 6 months. The closest approach will be positioned to allow repeated study of the same region of the solar atmosphere.
Five, four, three, two, one, zero. Ignition. Liftoff of the Falcon 9 and Crew Dragon. Go NASA, go SpaceX, Godspeed, Spot and Doug.
When the first astronaut trip to orbit by a private company has splashed down safely in the Gulf of Mexico and 2 astronauts dropped out of orbit in what was the first water landing by NASA since 1975, the first words that came to mind was "Thanks for flying SpaceX." Yes, that was the deadline or a headline captured by many newspapers and articles when the agency's crews were still flying in the Apollo modules used for historic American moon missions. The flight of the Crew Dragon was operated by SpaceX, the rocket company, and as part of NASA's efforts to turn over to private enterprise some things it used to do before too. With this landing, Crew Dragon has now successfully completed its first ever passenger flight to orbit, and Bob Behnken and Hurley both launched inside the capsule from Cape Canaveral, Florida, and then docked with Space Station a day later, called Demon 2 or DM2. The mission was meant to prove out all of the Crew Dragon's biggest capabilities by safely transporting people to space and getting them up to ISIS. Now SpaceX has proved that the capsule can safely bring people home too. Launched on 30 July at 4:50 am, the mission will search for signs of ancient microbial life which will advance NASA's quest to explore the past habitability of Mars. The mission is definitely most decorated mission and big advancement in our understanding of the space exploration. The main aim of this is to locate whether the life ever existed on Mars and look at weather conditions on Mars if we ever want to colonize Mars. The rover will land on February 18, 2021. As I have made a video on this, please click the I button given above or link is given in description. So that's all from this. I hope you liked the video. If you liked the video, please like, comment, share and subscribe my YouTube channel Become Family.